Welcome inside the Winners Lounge, presented by Toyota and your Front Range Toyota dealers. Toyota is the official sponsor of DNVR. All right, well, let's get it to 100. We'll be there. Thank you guys for queuing us up. I'm Nick Gismondi. That's Eric Lacaw. We've got Rudo with us. It is the Winners Lounge.
It is.
Presented by Toyota and your Front Range Toyota dealers. Thank you so much for being with us. The show, the post game, is brought to you by Bet365. And we'll try this again. 35 likes right now. Get us to Hundo so we can do a shot of whiskey. And you're doing Jaeger?
I will be doing Jaeger, yes.
He's got vodka?
Look, that's
Water. Fair enough.
A perfect start, because that's exactly the same way this Avs game started for the Avs.
Mike was off.
A little messy, a little
Didn't know
sloppy
what was
around the
going
edges.
on.
Yeah.
We rebounded real fast and we're rocking and rolling now. Glad to have you guys with us in this one. Thanks a million for being with us. Glad to have you here. The Avalanche now winners in 3 total on the season, 3 straight. Massive victory for them, because it was another victory that showed some character.
It was.
Right? You get outshot 7-0 to get this thing started, and then all of a sudden, they turn it around, and it just takes that one little thing, Eric, and all of a sudden it's a different hockey game.
Frank the Tank.
Big green hat.
We're streaking. We're
quad.
going in the quad.
A little cold out there, Frank.
Avs are streaking. And you're right. But you know what? I say it all the time. You're not going to control 60 minutes of a hockey game. I know that's the goal going in. It's usually not a realistic one. It's rare that happens. If you look at the math tonight, well, the first 10 minutes, or like you said, first 7-8 minutes, it wasn't good. And that's what goaltending does to you. All of a sudden, Justus was sharp, made a couple good saves. It just allows you to get your legs from underneath you. And then as a team, you come out in the second period, have a much better period. Obviously, took the lead in the first period, which makes a big difference. And then you go in the second period, and you feel so much better about your game. And that's what goaltending does. It stabilizes things. You're going into an opposition's building. They're excited. Everybody gets up to play the Colorado Avalanche. You want to measure yourself up against Cale Makar, Nate MacKinnon, Mikko Rantanen. You know that was one of their best, probably 10 minutes of the season. This is a team that's played really well this year, but that was a very good start for them. And then again, you're 0-0. You're in a perfect position. That's what I said after the first period on Twitter there. I said, perfect first period. I don't care that it wasn't pretty. The outcome is a perfect first period. You're up 1 on the road, even though you didn't play well, and you know you're going to find your game. You know you're going to find it, and that's exactly what they did in the second.
And, buddy, I think when you mean by perfect, you mean the outcome was
perfect.
You don't mean a good period.
Correct.
No, I mean perfect. The outcome, exactly. No, that's what you get judged on. You get judged on winning games at the end of the day. So after the first period, they were up by 1, right? They won the first period, and that's exactly what I mean by that. Yeah, was it perfect? No, that's I just said it. The first 10 minutes were really not good. I mean, Seattle really crap kicked them. I mean, it was not even close, and that's what goaltending does. It keeps you level-headed. It keeps you afloat. It makes you not panic. And it's amazing the confidence it gives you, because you know you can get to your game, and all of a sudden, and you're not going to be chasing the game, because they were already up. By playing a poor period, they were up. They were able to catch their breath in the second and keep going. I mean, it's exactly what goaltending does. It just gives you wings.
what the other side feels like, right? I think the Avs have been on the other side of this a couple times already this season, where you feel like you played a good period, but you have nothing to show for it, and you lose the period. And that's kind of what happened to Seattle in this game. They got deflated, and the Avs owned the second period. We'll get to all that. I think it was pretty clear in the first period that the Avs were not playing their A game. To be honest with you, I don't think they did a good enough job of recognizing that in the moment until later in the second period. But they get away with it because of, as Eric said, Annunen played great tonight.
Annunen played great.
Saved over a goal and a half above expected at 5-on-5. Really, really helped the Avs win tonight. Deserves all the credit in the world.
Start him against Utah.
I think you have to. I think you kind of have to.
You win, you're in. I mean, I was shocked. I was telling you off air, Rudo. I was shocked to see that he was going to start tonight. I said on the show yesterday on the off day pod, I said, well, I would start Annie. And what do I think Bednar from past experience is going to do? He's going to start Georgiev. So I was shocked. It shows you that he listens to our show. So thank you very much, Coach. We appreciate your support.
Did you set the lineup today, or was it me? I couldn't remember who texted him first.
but it was great. I listen. There's no time anymore to just wait for someone to find their game. Again, I was saying that to Giz earlier. It's not Patrick Waugh. Like I'm sorry, Alexander Georgiev is not Patrick Waugh. So you don't earn that opportunity. You don't earn the chance to find your game. Somewhere, somehow, you're not ready. You don't play. Somebody else will. And I think that that's what the pickup of Kakinen did a little bit. And again, we talked about it 2 days ago. If that's what it does and nothing else from Kakinen, then it's lighting a fire under Justus's butt. Then mission accomplished. I don't know. Maybe it's more. We don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. But right now, Justus, again, to his defense, started twice. He didn't come in relief, you know what I mean? Which we always talk about it. He didn't do the job, but it's also not fair to judge him because he wasn't the starter those nights, even though he catches the lost one game, right? Because they had tied it up 3-3. But right now, he's done the job as a starter. What he's been asked for in those 2 games, he's been nothing short of really good. And that's what the Avs need. And if he keeps doing that, keep him in there. I got no issue. Keep him in.
I'm the numbers guy in the pod. You don't have to go deep into the advanced numbers all the time. You've had 7 games this year. In 2 of them, your starter has posted a 900 or better. Both of those are Justus Annunen. Sometimes the math is easy.
I'm telling you, I love. Here's what I really love. I love the fact that they have done this little. And listen, Eric said it last time when we talked on the pod about 3 goalies and what that breeds and competition and etc. Well, you know who answered the bell? Justus answered the bell.
Correct. Justus, and I want to stress particularly this. I know I said sometimes the math is easy, but I am an advanced stats guy. Let's get into it really quick with Justus. I already mentioned it, 5-on-5, over a goal and a half above expected saves. I'm not all that worried about that. The 1 goal he gets scored on is a high danger chance. That's what's supposed to happen. Where Justus is separating from Alexander Georgiev in games like this, at 5-on-5, he faces 10 low danger chances. He makes 10 low danger saves. The ones he's supposed to be stopping, he's stopping. And that's good enough. You will win games with a team as good as the Colorado Avalanche if you make the saves you're supposed to make.
And again, we talk about our Breckenridge graphic that we'll probably post tomorrow on Twitter. If you look at it every game, it doesn't lie to me because that's the law of averages. Out of 7 games, the 3 times, well, actually, no, it's not true. The last 2 times that the bottom left number, the Avs have a better save percentage than the other goaltender, they win. And then, of course, against Anaheim, they didn't. They still got away with it, and you call that a Georgiev special. You know what I mean? And then, but somewhere, somehow, if you look at the number on the bottom left, I look at it. I'm obsessed with it, and you more often than not, you're gonna win the game. And when that happens, like the last 2 nights, the Avalanche have won the game. I mean, they have such a good team. They have the world-class players. You saw Makar tonight. You saw MacKinnon. You know they're going to make the big plays. All you need is to make key saves, and the Avalanche will be in great shape. They got just that, especially tonight.
I know we saved super chats to the end, but this one's relevant right now, Tiff, so I want to get to it. Dan, not Walrus Larkin.
Just call him the Walrus.
The
It's
Walrus.
fine,
The
yeah.
Walrus.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that one.
It's a good one, actually. Tiff, can you get back to that for me?
Yeah, his eyes ain't reading that on screen tiny lettering. That's not happening.
$5 from the Walrus. Solid goaltending changed the skaters' confidence. Deserved result 2 games in a row. No more skid marks. Hashtag honest farts. We'll talk about that in a second. But while we're here, Ryan B also $2 in the super chat. Definitely the only Kivy multi-goal game in history.
Yeah, we all blacked out the other one.
Yeah, but listen. Walrus is right. And we talked about that during the game, during the watch along, that you saw everybody kind of relax a little bit,
for
right?
sure.
They weren't necessarily honed in and penned into the front of the net. They were spreading out a little bit and giving him some room because the confidence was high.
Yep. They expected him to make the saves, and he did. That's how goaltending is supposed to work. I know it's a crazy thought, but it is.
Buddy, that's 6, pal.
Yeah, get to work, buddy.
6 points, my friend. And, of course, our friend... Excited to partner with our UC Health friends. I know Eric is as well, because Coach Prime is leading the initiative and the charge to help Colorado get back to its rightful place as the healthiest state in the union. And that means a lot of different things, right? That's on the health side, that's on the fitness side, and there's a lot of different versions of what makes you the healthiest version of yourself. Maybe it's getting better sleep at night, getting that restful 8 hours and putting the phone down and ignoring social media. Maybe it's the mental side by unplugging and trying to find the little things that make you happy. Maybe it's a round of golf. Maybe it's a walk with your dog. Maybe it's just cuddles with the pups. Any of those kinds of things that make you your better self, or getting to the gym on a more regular basis, or eating healthy. The point is that whatever you need to do to better yourself is what UC Health is trying to do. Eric's in on it, and jump in on it with him. If you want to join UC Health's Ready, Set, Go Challenge, click the link in the show notes or go to uchealth.org/Ready, Set, Go.
Look, nights like this, sometimes you need your best players to do some carrying, some backpacking, and they played well. We'll get into that. But you had someone like Joel Kiviranta. You know what Joel Kiviranta is? He's a grinder.
He's a grinder.
He does the hard work. He gets into the corners, and he comes out a little bit dirty sometimes, but he makes sure he gets you where you're going.
Nothing wrong with getting a little dirty, Rudo.
And if you want to get out in the mud and get where you're going, make sure you get yourself into a Toyota. 17 different all-wheel drive vehicles can get you everywhere in Colorado, whether it's up in the trails or just on your daily drive downtown. They've got you covered with all sorts of vehicles, whether it be trucks like the Tundra, SUVs like the RAV4, or a Toyota Corolla if you just want a simple sedan. Whatever it might be, they've got you covered at your local Front Range Toyota dealerships, including AutoNation Toyota Arapahoe and Centennial, Corbin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is the official vehicle of not just us here at DNVR, but the official vehicle of the Colorado Avalanche, too. Go get yourself a Toyota today.
Job, Rudo.
I do all right.
Yeah, nice job, buddy. Nice job. Yeah, the confidence you can see through 3 wins now, too, just bubbling with the guys, right? There's a little bit of swagger back. There's a little bit of a hop in the step and the smiles on the face, and the hockey hugs are a little bit bigger, and that's exactly what you need right now. And truthfully, that's what a road trip helps to breed as well. You've had a couple of easy games-ish against teams that aren't necessarily amazing, but tonight was a test, I thought.
I mean,
a little bit, at least to start.
Well, look at the first period of this game. The Avs don't play particularly well. No. I don't think you should be particularly happy with the way they played that period. But there wasn't that, oh, God, we're getting caved in, panic, and everyone starts holding their sticks and skating around like their hair's on fire.
I just drank a half a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah,
I don't know where I'm at.
Right.
I'm wearing pants.
There wasn't any panic that I think we've seen at times in some of these earlier games when they start to fall behind in games that they said, hey, yeah, we're not playing very well, but we'll be fine. We'll get it together.
Yeah.
They ultimately do. And, yeah, it's the difference between a team that knows it's good, the Avs. I think they truly believe they're a very good team.
They are.
And a team that might not be convinced that they're for real yet in Seattle.
Correct. And listen, here's the thing with the Avs that everybody's got to understand. And Eric, back me up on this. Hard on them at the very beginning, yes, because there was a certain degree of handicap, okay. but not necessarily living up to, or at least putting forth a full effort from A to Z in all positions that they really needed to get away with a couple of wins that they probably should have had through those first 4 games. But now, knowing that they can pull off some gutsy, gritty victories that are grindy and a little dirty, and knowing that you're getting reinforcements back at some point tells me that this is a good group. And again, I keep going back to the fact that they have a ton of fight in me.
It is a good group. It is a great group. You can win any game in this league with those 3 guys. You just can. 31 teams, or maybe, I don't know. Actually, probably Edmonton too. You know what I mean? Would dream to have those 3 guys because they are world-class guys that can turn games on a dime. Again, at the start, they weren't getting saves. I'm not going back to it. It's the reality. I listened to the national broadcast, and that's how they talked about at nausea. Everybody that talked about the Avalanche, and it was the frenzy, the frozen frenzy, right, with the 16 games, and whoever was on the mic, it was a free for all at times, and all they talked about was, oh, the Avs are good. They just have had bad goaltending, and everyone knows, the Walrus just said it. He's right. Hashtag never trust the fart. Well, guys aren't stupid. You know what I mean? Like they didn't trust the fart. They were scared of the skid marks. They were scared of playing the right way, and then because they were like, you're so tight, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to dirty your suit in the grocery store or walking to go get some food, you know what I mean? So that's exactly how they played. And every time the puck went in their zone, the puck was in their net. It's not a right way. A former teammate of mine tonight on the national broadcast said it. He's like, it's amazing what it does. You're looking at each other in the locker room. You're looking at each other on the bench, and you're just like, are you kidding me? Because it's like a virus. It's not healthy. It's human nature. I'm not saying guys are bad guys. It's just like a
Dr. Lacroix
virus.
here.
It does. Dr. Google, you know what I mean? It's a
Doctor.
virus. It spreads around, and then you're looking at each other, and you're like, what is going on here? You know what I mean? And that's why I love what they did tonight. I'm going back to it because that was the play of the game. For me, they won the game when they decided to put Justus Annunen. That didn't sound right. When they put Justus Annunen in net, it just didn't. You know what I mean? They won the game right there because that was the right decision.
3 things quickly. First, Logan, they've always been a good team. They weren't playing to their potential, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Secondly, 110 likes. That means we got winner shots.
Woo,
Skull Taff.
baby.
Thank you. Do
Thank
not
you.
mix up the Jaeger and the whiskey.
It's pretty hard to mix those up, I
I'll be-
think, bud.
Sitting here without clothes on, throwing things, not good. And thirdly, E, now that you're a doctor, when you get back, I have something I'd like you to look at. It's fine. We've been friends for a long time. Hockey guys, we're all right. It's okay. We're close.
I forget who said the comment in the Toyota
One sec on the
chat,
shots, E.
but someone asked if Steinberg got a shift in the third period. No, Steinberg did not play a single shift. Richie played 1 shift in the third period. Look, that's going to happen. When you're a rookie, Jared Bednar's not going to trust you with the lead. That's kind of the reality of the situation. You also, certainly in Richie's case, at very least, he was not having a good night when it came to possession. He was getting caved in. It is what it is. Not too worried about it, to be honest with you. The rest of the team picked it up and did what they had to do tonight, so great. But yeah, you did not see the rookies in the third period very much.
Keep throwing those likes in. You get us to 200 and we'll do another one. But cheers, E. Love you, buddy. We miss you. Tiff, love you.
Cheers.
Oh,
Spilled
little
a little.
drippy. That's all right. Cheers, everybody. Thank
Even
you so much for the winter shot. We love you. Whiskey?
Ooh,
That is delicious.
it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
I'll use my cheat card to clean up the oops of the Jaeger there for you, bud.
Oh, I appreciate you.
You always
Thank
been a
you.
Jaeger guy?
Yeah.
Really? Is that the only thing you'll do shots of?
No, I'll do other stuff.
Oh, okay.
If I have a choice.
Yeah.
But
Why do you
those-
think he takes his shirt off?
Nah, they haven't scored 7 yet, buddy.
500 likes or whatever it is. He takes his shirt off. It's the Jaeger.
Soon.
Look, that doing a shot like that is a little bit like what the Avs did in the first intermission. I know we haven't gotten to the first goal yet, but I want to be clear. After a bad first period, the Avs played the next 35 minutes pretty darn near as good as you can. It was a fantastic second period, and the third period was the way you're supposed to play with a lead.
Yeah, listen, encouraged wholeheartedly by this game tonight. I was worried about this game tonight. I was. I had my doubts about this game tonight. I'll be very honest with you. I'll be wrong almost as much as I'm right when I throw things out there. There's no question about it. I will have hot takes for you. I will be very honest with you, and I will give you my full opinion. But I thought they were going to start Gorgiev tonight.
So did I.
I fully expected Seattle to start exactly the way that they started.
Yep.
So I was wrong, and then I was right. And then the bounce back for me was huge. So super encouraged by the way that they performed tonight.
Yeah, I as bad as the first period was, I really don't think there's a lot of negatives to take out of a game like this.
No.
You should be feeling very good about yourself if you're the Colorado Avalanche and you did a lot of things right. And it's not the best game you've ever played, but when it came down to it, you put yourself in a position to win a game, and you did what you had to do to win that game.
I didn't like, and here's the things that we kind of talked about on the watch along, as well as in the kind of during the watch along, and then we kind of touched on it multiple other times. Passing was sloppy. Turnovers were clears weren't good out of their zone. They didn't get things through neutral territory very well. And then they got caught puck watching a little bit, in my opinion, if I'm picking on three things that were a little on the rougher side tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the first period, just look no further than the drop of the puck. Devontae's gets it. Obviously, he hasn't played the last few games, and he just turns it right over. Right, you're talking about 2 seconds in, and then they got some puck luck. I mean, again, you give me some good goaltending, some great goaltending, I'll give you some puck luck. You know, the guys all of a sudden see. I don't remember who shot the puck, but he hits the post, right? You know what I mean? That would have been a disastrous start. Sammy, my boy, my guy, Sammy Girard has a bad turnover as well in his own end. That results in I don't remember if they hit the second post there or whatever, but it was a big scoring chance. Steinberg on the offensive zone, a couple shifts later, turns the puck over. That results into Seattle generating a couple chances. Off an offensive zone turnover. So yeah, it was sloppy. It wasn't sharp. Again, puck luck, goaltending. Hockey gods with you, and then all of a sudden you're just kind of breathing. It's even, and you're not down by any means. And then I don't know, like the Walrus said, you're not like scared, you know what I mean, to make a move. And I think that once that went along, obviously you get some secondary scoring, we'll call it, with Kiviranta, and then you escape the first period up 1-0, and that's exactly what I was saying. I'm not saying that they played great. I said that it was a great result going into the road, especially where they're still 2-4 at that time in the standings, and then you're going to go for a pivotal game because you win the game, you're now 3-4. You lose the game, you go to that 2-5. It's a little mental game, a little. Now you've won the road trip, Rudo. We talk about always breaking things down. You've won the road trip. You're 2-0. Whatever happens next game doesn't matter. You've won the road trip. So there's a lot of positives. And again, you look no further than that first period where, yeah, they weren't at their best. You knew that if they could just stay afloat, and that's exactly what they did because of the goaltending and because of the puck luck, that they were going to be fine and find their game in the second. And in the second, they sure did.
The poor passing is almost two separate issues in this game for the Avalanche. In the first period, it was kind of team-wide. Even when you got in the offensive zone, you had either errant passes that were not quality, not even in the ballpark of the person you're trying to pass to, and you had way too much cuteness, specifically from Mikko and MacKinnon, passing when they should be shooting or just trying things that were unnecessary. That issue got solved as the game went on the forward side, and I want to get into that in a little bit. But on the defensive side, you did have kind of a persistent issue of questionable puck management throughout the entire game, whether it be poor clearing attempts or bad decisions with the puck at your own blue line. I think just about every single defenseman, even including Cale Makar, had at least one bad turnover that you're looking at tonight and going, that needs to be better.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, you're always going to be able to find the little elements of the game that weren't perfect, and you're never going to play a perfect hockey game, ever. It's the same kind of thing that I got told when I got first started in broadcasting. One of One of my first bosses ever was, a legend, David Michaels, Al Michaels' brother. And he called me into his office once right before the Olympics, and he's like, "You're never going to do a perfect show." He goes, "If you ever do a perfect show, quit." He looks at me, he's like, "I've been doing this for about 50 years, and I'm still here." So perfection is not attainable in hockey broadcasting. Perfection is not attainable in life. I don't care who you are or how good you are. The Tom Brady's of the world, the Jokic's, the MacKinnon, nobody's perfect, right? So strive for least amount of mistakes. They made some mistakes tonight, but a collective effort got them away with it. Yep. That's exactly what you want. When one guy falters, make sure everybody else bones up, shows up, covers the other guy, and when that happens, good things happen, and it's a big victory for these guys tonight. Huge.
Yeah, massive. I know we have to go to break here, but I'm tired of talking about negative stuff. Not one, but 2 depth goals from the same guy tonight.
And we're going to talk about I don't know what this guy's name is. How do I say it again, Tiff?
Kiviranta.
That's it. That's how I say it. Tiff, thanks. Tiff, I love you. No, Tiff, look at me in the eyes. No, I love you. Love you. You know what else I love?
I
love a good foundation, Rudo. I love a good starting point. I love a good, company that's going to make sure that they are there for you and that you have that shop at home convenience and the right product for your needs that not only is right, but quick and professional. And that is what the good folks at Empire do. They're professional installation and they have a price match guarantee. They are the best place to get new flooring. And of course, that means there's copycats. Cheap materials. They say they can do the same things in the same amount of time, but that's not true because Empire is a staple. You know their commercials. You've seen them before. They're trusted and they're loved. And if you're looking for flooring for your house in any way or business or whatnot, Empire today is your go-to. They are the flooring that is here in our DNVR studio above the DNVR bar on Colfax. They also have the virtual floor designer, so you can literally put your whole room in the program and you can move furniture around. You can see colors, you can see flooring. It really will give you a sense and a confidence that you're spending the money, and not a lot because they've got the best pricing, on the right materials and the right things, and you can count on it being done quick. Schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can receive $350 off when they use the promo code DNVR. Restrictions apply. See empiretoday.com/DNVR for details.
Giz, there's something you got to know about me.
Yes, tell me.
I'm a carpet guy.
Oh, I love that. All right. I'm a hardwood guy, but we still get along on like a lot of things.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
I just like my bare feet to have their nice little comfy carpet.
I get this. Is that another Die Hard reference? When he's in the bathroom, he takes his shoes off and he squishes his toes into the carpet?
Uh-huh.
God, I love you, Rudo.
Look, the reality is life is expensive.
Oh, yes.
So you got to be making smart money decisions, whether it's getting a new carpet, a new tile floor, whatever it might be. Well, you got to save up some money to make those big decisions. And that's where Premier Members Credit Union comes into play for you. You can get with them today. They're a credit union, not a bank. So they're part of the community, all about making the right choices for you and the community here in Colorado. That means local branches, friendly tellers, and the tools you need to save smarter, like their reverse tier money market. It's the account you need to get ahead and stay ahead in this economy. You can check out Premier Members Credit Union's reverse tier money market and all of their other options today to find a game changer for your finances and your life. So why not see what they can do for you? Go to becomepremier.com or the link in our show notes to learn more.
Good job, buddy.
Did okay.
Carpet guy, huh?
Carpet guy.
Yeah. I got carpet in the living room right now, and I was thinking of switching it over to the hardwood.
I can't do it with the puppies. The puppies need the carpet.
Oh, puppies. Yeah. That's right.
They need some grip.
That's right. Eric, you a carpet guy or a hardwood guy?
Hardwood, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who's a hardwood guy.
Yeah.
Joel Kiviranta. He's a hardwood.
Kiviranta went to the hardwood tonight. That's for sure. What great performance by him. You guys told me that you can expect that out of him here and there. Showed up tonight at the right time. You needed a goal to end that first period. You kind of felt that it was coming, but it was certainly the thing that you would turn it around with, and Kivy did it.
And there's a good reason he earned the UC Health Live Extraordinary Player of the Game. Yes, he scores the 2 goals. Yes, the first goal is a snipe in, and the second goal is a very nice tip in. You can't do it any better than that. But what's important about Joel Kiviranta is not necessarily the goal scoring, though the Avs needed to tonight. He's doing the right things and getting rewarded for it. Best possession player on the Avs, Joel Kiviranta. Most effective offensive zone player for the Avs, Joel Kiviranta. 2 shots against the entire night. It's not just him going out and scoring. He's responsible on both ends of the ice. He's doing his job as a depth player for the Avalanche. And yeah, awesome. He's got 3 goals in 2 games. You feel great that he's on a hot streak. That's not the expectation. But when you do the right things, you get rewarded. Joel Kiviranta got rewarded tonight.
And you could have given it to Justus as well tonight.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I mean, epic performance by him. He earns the big hat in the locker room for the Avalanche. That's their own internal player of the game award that every team does. Very, very cool. But, yeah, listen, Kivy scoring that first goal was exactly what you needed to end that period. And then he follows it up immediately with that goal in a second, which I also really loved.
Yep, it was perfect. Eric, if you have any thoughts on Kiviranta, I do want to get into some of the stars as well, but I'll let you go first.
No, I give it to Kivy all the time. You guys know that. I always say I want to be reincarnated as him, but I make jokes about it because he's a safe player and he's earned the trust of Jared Bednar and the coaching staff. We all know that. Even Bednar praised him in the playoffs last year, and give all credit to Kivy. You can't judge his games on goals and assists. And right now we are doing it because he scored 2 in 1 last game. He's got 3 in the last 2 games. I mean, last year it took him the whole season to score 3, right? So you're right, Rudo. I don't judge him. I feel good. You got to remember, I'm a goalie dad, right? When I see a guy like that on the ice, you feel good because, like you just said, best player tonight on the ice, possession wise. So you don't feel nervous that something stupid's going to happen. There's going to be a dumb turnover, you know what I mean? And then the puck's going to be in your own end. So Kiviranta brings them a safety valve, a little blanket, to the coaching staff, obviously, and they feel comfortable with him and give him all the credit. He's delivering right now. And we all know that the Avs do need it with the absence of all those wingers. He's played a tremendous first 7 games so far in the season.
Because I think Kiviranta's goal sparked something in the Avs, top to bottom, and not just, they scored a goal, good job. I mean, look at how that goal goes in. He walks in and he puts a very good shot on net, but that's a shot from distance that goes barring in on him. And I think all of a sudden something clicked for the Avalanche, and they said, wait a minute, we're not playing the Anaheim Ducks. Lucas Dostal isn't goalieing us tonight. If we throw the puck on net, we're probably going to score some goals.
Yep.
And they come out and take that energy in the second period, and specifically, Cale Makar takes that energy. And he just starts unloading shots on net.
The goals by Kiviranta not only were big in terms of what they did on the scoreboard, but they were big in terms of the timing. First period, Avalanche getting beat handedly. Very few shots on net is what you were just alluding to.
Yep.
Kiviranta scores the goal, makes it 1-0. You finish 20 minutes up 1.
Yep.
Come out in the second, knowing you need to get more shots on net. Jared McCann scores to tie the game. You need something big to go your way because that's what you're looking for. Kiviranta pops in, and now it's a 2-1 lead. Another big goal, and that's when shots start just flowing.
Yeah. It actually, I think, started on the power play with Cale.
Sure.
But the rest of the team caught on to the trick there. They realized what needed to start happening. But the reason I wanted to call out Cale specifically for that is, look, Kiviranta may have sparked it, but it's your leaders that have to show you the way, right? And Cale Makar came out in that second period and said, okay, we're overcomplicating things. We don't need to do all this cute stuff. I need to just start throwing pucks at net. And as much as I appreciate the importance of being in a locker room and needing that vocal leader at an intermission, I'm a big believer in leading by example.
Yeah.
And Cale said, follow me on this one. And it's ultimately his shot that sets up Kiviranta for the tip on that second goal.
Well, again, this is what you've seen out of Cale Makar. I think that he will end up being the next captain of the Colorado Avalanche when that time comes. He wore that 1 loss fully on his own, didn't blame anybody, took the blame for 3 goals and said those were literally all on me. And then the next game shows up and dominates. even though he dominated every game he's played in. And again tonight, as he goes, they go.
Yep.
Whatever he does, they are doing it. And we heard Bednar give us a little bit of insight the other day into the locker room that KO's vocal in the room too. So not only is he a leader in presence and ability and play on ice, but he's also vocally talking to the boys.
Yeah, and like you just said, Rudo, he took a matter into his own hands, right? And it was obvious in the second period when he said, "I'm starting to shoot." And I remember exactly what you're talking about. If I went back right now and watched on one of the power plays, and he looked left, he looked right. He was getting barked at by some sort of dog on his left side there. Ruff, ruff, give it to me. You know what I mean? And then he was like, you know what? Shook him off and shot the puck. Puck came back to him. He's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, shook him off, shot the puck again. I like it. At some point, sometimes teams are so good with the video. You're so prepared on how you're going to defend, especially, for example, on the power play, on the PK against the Avalanche power play. I mean, Giz knows we were at dinner at Joe Sacco the other night, the Boston Bruins in town, and it's like he was just shaking his head, and I was like, "What's wrong with you?" He goes, "Man, just watched the last half hour of video, and it's, how do you defend that? You got McCarr, you got MacKinnon, you got Rantanen. So I think you got to take what they give you. It looked like today they were really keying in on MacKinnon. They were really keying in on Rantanen. And I think Cale, instead of being stubborn and listening to the barking, was like, you know what, I'm going to put pucks on net. And that's exactly what he did. And you're right. All of a sudden it sparked the team with some more shots, and Cale leads by example. There's no doubt about it. He's the hardest working guy. He blocks shots. He hits. He is a difference maker in the game. And again, you're not the best player on the planet, if you don't do those types of things, because he is the best player on the planet.
Just to sidetrack a little bit and keep us in order, there is... look, I don't think there's a lot to break down on the one goal the Avs do give up at 5-on-5 in this game.
The McCann goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nikolai Kovalenko just can't do that. You cannot have a puck with a battle.
Oh, yeah,
in
I
your
remember now.
slot.
Yeah. I mean, you're puck watching. You could throw a blanket over 4 of the 5 guys on the ice.
There's a lot of problems there, but Nikolai Kovalenko cannot send that puck back into the slot, into that mess. They just cannot do that.
No.
That was... Jared Bednar probably almost had an aneurysm on the bench. I know he looks cool on the outside, but I guarantee you he was losing his mind on the inside.
You don't want to put it in your own goaltender's crease with a guy by himself? Is that not a thing, Eric?
I
haven't played in a minute. Is that not good?
And it's hard. It's hard for a D. Look at Sammy there. He's more like, all of a sudden the puck is going between his legs. It's called a broken play, obviously, but he's like, what? Why? Why is that puck between my legs now? You know what I mean? Like, it's not supposed to be there. And then McCann makes a good play. I mean, now do I want to nitpick at Justus there? Yeah, he might have been a little deep, but again, it's such a tough play for a goaltender because you're like everybody else, why is the puck coming back this way? You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was a ham sandwich goal, and it is what it is. And, fortunately, it wasn't more than one. And that's why they were able to, maintain the pace of the rest of the game.
Yep. Jared McCann also good in tight.
Yeah, turns out he's a pretty good goal scorer.
Well, yeah. Yeah, J-Mac knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And again, for young people out there or any beer leaguers listening tonight, there's a saying around the NHL, in tight up top. And that's exactly what McCann did. He's in tight, he goes up top. Because if he goes low, he has nowhere to go. You know what I mean? The only place he can go is up top, and he sure did, and he threaded the needle.
Look, and Eric's right. In a perfect world, if you look back at that, and you're breaking down at the millimeter level here, Justus drops his glove. He's not really covering it well with his glove. He drops it below his pad. But guess what? Because he made all the saves he was supposed to make, not that big a deal that goal goes in.
That's right. That's right. You're bang on.
That's all I'm saying.
And now you're bang on. I mean, I know, but I agree. That's why. That's what it does when you're playing with house money, you know what I mean? It's all good. And I'm not saying it's a bad goal because I'm going to sound like a moron if I say it's a bad goal. It's Jared McCann that scored 40 goals 2 years ago by himself, untouched in front of the net. I mean, I'm not going to ever say this is a weak goal. I'm saying, how could he have saved it? You know what I mean? The only way he could have saved it, it's physics, is by being out of the blue a little bit more. His feet are too in the blue. If you want to press pause when you watch it, you'll see his feet are all of a sudden his skates are inside the blue line. I mean, the red line of the goal line. So if he would have just come out a little more, made himself a little bit bigger, would have had a better chance to save it. But it's certainly not a weak goal. But like Rudo said, if you're playing with house money, it's all good.
And Lando nailed it in the Toyota chat. He's deep there because Kovalenko can't send the puck there. That should never happen.
That's what we said. That's what we're
100%.
saying. That's what we're
listen,
saying, you know?
The Avalanche needed more shots in the first.
They did.
We could use some more shots right now. If all y'all sitting in front of your computer just click that button like 40 times, that'd be cool. Like 44, that'd be cool.
Doing math on air. Look at you.
I know. I actually had to think about that, though. Is that bad?
No.
I looked at 156 and I'm like 44.
I tried to add 3 + 4 and came up with 9 on this show before.
Scary.
So it's tough out here.
How many people are hanging out, Tiff?
Yeah.
345. Let's go. Click that like button and get us some shots, folks. We got to get the 200. Come on now. I love y'all.
Are you thirsty?
You know I do. And make sure you're subscribing too. I know we keep talking about it, but
the race is on. All
getting
right?
to 100K would be really, really, really cool. So if you guys could do that, that would be amazing. We're under 5,000 away. So we're right there for that. That would be awesome. So make sure you're subscribing. And then check out all of our Twitters because we got some cool stuff going on. If you're not a diehard already.
Yeah, you should be.
You can sign up for that. It's like really cheap. It's $4 a month, right?
Yep.
Yeah, come on. Get after it. We got some really cool stuff that's going to be coming for you. So, all right. So subscribe, like, get that going for us. Get those likes up to 200. Subscribe, like, become a diehard. And while you're at it, I mean, you're already digitally doing everything. Get yourself in the inner circle with our friends at Circle K. I am a part of this, and I'm a big part of this because it's a cool hookup on gas. And I've learned that these are late nights here.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's Circle K right off Colorado, buddy. I've stopped there quite a few times.
Coming from the television world, when the game is over, I get to go home and go to bed. This is a grind.
Not quite like that. Yeah, not quite like that.
Putting the head on the pillow at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So there's a late night stop, of course, on the way home. And I use the Inner Circle to help me out. They're proud to be along for the ride on that Buff Stampede, but it's a free membership and it's easy to download. Just enter your email and phone number and you'll be fully enrolled. After that, all you need is your phone number to get deals at the Circle K's, and you get deals every day on food, drinks, and more. If you sign up for the Inner Circle with the Circle K app, you receive 25 cents off per gallon on your next 5 fill-ups. We all know that's important right now. Download the Circle K app and sign up for Inner Circle for exclusive offers. New offers, purchases, and sweepstakes are uploaded weekly.
Tim, we got a couple shirts lined up here. We're just waiting for the right moment, so hang tight on those. I'm not a believer in jinxes or doing the superstitions or anything. But for those of you who are, had a Coors Light during the watch along this game, Avs won. Had a Coors Light during the watch along on the San Jose game, Avs won. So some math adds up. Maybe you should go get yourself some Coors Light. You can get some delivered right to your front door with CoorsLight.com/DNVR thanks to Instacart. You don't even have to get up off your couch. And, of course, Coors Light, the beer made to chill. The mountains literally turn blue on the bottle or the can, so you know it's nice and cold and ready to drink. Again, go get yourself some, whether it's CoorsLight.com/DNVR to get it delivered or at your local liquor store. Coors is the beer for you when you need to chill. Of course, when you do drink Coors, please drink responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You guys are doing good. We need 20 more. See the math? 21 more.
Damn. Whoa.
21 more likes to get us another round of winner shots in the next 15 minutes before we say goodnight. That would be awesome. I could use another whiskey. I'm having a good time. But where were we at? Let's go to we talked about the second.
Yep.
Why don't we let's talk about the third for a few here.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything else in the second that you boys
No, I'm
would
good.
like to chat on that I have missed.
Well, I mean, the only thing I'm going to add is, again, you're the Seattle Kraken. You commit a no-no. You know what I mean? You give up a goal. What was it? 8 seconds to go in the second, or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
Yeah.
Power play
You're
goal,
not
but
gonna.
yeah.
What's that?
It's a power play goal too, so bad penalty.
No, that's my point. I mean, you commit a no-no. I mean, you take a penalty there late, and all of a sudden the Avalanche make you pay, and you're not going to win that game. You're just not. You know, you can't. You want to beat the Avalanche, you got to be a little bit more perfect than that. And that was a big mistake by them right there.
Third period.
Yep.
More of the same. Had spurts though. This one wasn't as flowy. This one had moments of, Seattle's coming on very strong. But then it turned around and the Avalanche really found some offensive zone time. They got a ton of blocks inside the defensive zone. Very good clears. I thought their passing crisped up a bit, and they were really good through neutral territory.
Yeah, the Avs have found this thing in the last couple of games where with a lead in the third period, they've found ways to play very low event hockey.
Okay.
Low
Event hockey. I like that.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Not a lot going on. And
I like that.
To tie that back into what Eric was just talking about.
It's like the word nominal.
Yeah, we're going to get into, hey, I think we all feel like that goal at the end of the game for Seattle was more or less a meaningless goal.
Meaningless, yeah, especially with the time that was on there. I mean, it's 6-on-4, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 6-on-4.
But the reason it's meaningless is because your superstars show up and give you an insurance goal to give you that 3-1 lead at the end of the second period.
Yep.
Right. And listen, and then, well, you go ahead, but MacKinnon had a couple oopses tonight, but I don't care about MacKinnon oopses.
I mean, I'm not going to say I don't care, but yeah, when he turns around and puts an absolutely all-world play with a fake slap shot into a cut to the middle and then perfectly places a shot under a guy's stick and off the bar and in, you say, okay, yeah, well, that's why he's Nathan MacKinnon.
Agreed.
That's why their leash is longer.
Yeah.
Quite long.
And that's okay. They had the puck the whole game. Oh my God, Makar created 4 turnovers. I know, but guess what? He played 30 minutes. He had the puck for freaking 28 of them. Like, you know what? It's all good.
Austin in stats. Numbers are, whoa, God, I'm going to botch this quote. God, I'm going to botch it. I'm going to try really hard not to botch this quote. Vince Scully used to say that people will often use statistics like a drunk uses a light post. Stability, not illumination.
Yeah, fair enough. And for the record,
I didn't botch it.
The statistics show by the end of this game, the Avs top line was on the right side of the possession metrics. So as much as I don't love the cute stuff that they do at times, they go out and earn what they deserve, which is for Mac, the game winning goal ultimately tonight.
Oh, look who's still awake on the East Coast. Numbers are for nerds. Hi, AJ.
Aji.
We also need 12 more likes for shots in the next 9 minutes. Get it done.
It's these types of games, though, where, yeah, those types of goals come from these types of players. They earn their reputations in games like this, where at the time, a 3-1 goal, yeah, you feel like it's a big deal, but you don't really understand at the moment that that's going to change the entire way the third period gets played.
Well, you know what else it tells you guys? It tells you guys that no matter what kind of game Nathan MacKinnon or a Rantanen or a Makar is having, they're going to find a way to come through. They're going to do something. They're not going to let you down.
Yep.
They're like a warranty.
I mean, you never say never. It does happen occasionally, but yeah,
10 more likes. Come on.
What is there to say? Like, Cale Makar is literally averaging 2 points a game so far this season. Yeah. And we're 7 games into the season. They're just better.
Good? Is that good for a defenseman? I was a center. Is that good if the D guy is putting up pointsy? Is that good?
Best player in the world.
I think it's good.
Best player on the planet.
Can I ask a question for a friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it weird if a media person asks for an autograph in the locker room? Is that frowned upon?
Yeah.
That's an inside joke with Eric, and I love it.
But getting into the third period, and this is really true of the entire game for the Colorado Avalanche, ultimately it ends up being 20 25 blocked shots in this game. for the
25
Colorado
block
Avalanche.
shots.
The Corsi numbers, Avs lost the possession battle with Corsi 52-63.
Okay.
The Fenwick numbers, 37-37.
You tell me what the Fenwick is one more time.
Fenwick is shot attempts minus block shots.
Okay.
So the Avs played this game a little bit better than the base possession numbers look because of their willingness to block shots at all levels. Everyone on the team was willing to get in front of shots and limit Seattle's quality opportunities, particularly once they got the lead and played from ahead in this game. It's just quality good hockey, man.
And listen, there are guys that are currently playing right now that are a little banged up, but they're still playing because they know they can't take any more losses. I'm not going to name names, but there are guys that are banged up a little bit right now, and they're still doing all the things.
Yep.
And that's what the inside tells me about this is a group buying into the mentality of the coaching staff and CMAC and his leadership of Stanley Cup or bust.
Yeah.
If you're laying out that many times to block shots in game 7 of the season, you're committed to winning and you want to see it happen. 3 more likes. Let's go. You guys are great. I love you.
I agree. I do think there's a good number of things that this team could do to make their lives easier at times, but they're certainly willing to do what they need to do when it comes down to it to get wins. And look, ultimately, just to go through the numbers for my own sanity, the Avs outshoot Kraken at 5-on-5, 24-20. And they outshoot them in this game despite getting outshot 5-12 in the first period. That's a response to a period they knew wasn't good enough and came back and did what they had to do. With that being said, they do get outchanced, high dangers, 12-10 in the Seattle favor. A little bit of that is score effects in the third period. You would still see the Avs like to show a little bit more consistency in driving the puck the correct direction through the entire game, and maybe more so capitalizing on pucks that they get to the middle. Again, we talked about it, a little too loose at times with pucks in the middle. Someone who's really good at taking their opportunities from the middle, Ross Colton. He doesn't overthink it.
And Ross Colton, 2 goals in the last 2 games, knows how to step up. I mean, that's the deep. Hey, let's go, 2 hundo. You guys are great. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. That is super cool. Thank you. Really, truthfully, thank you. Like, I'm pretty impressed by your fandom. I mean, I'm the new guy.
They're pretty cool guys.
I'm the new guy, but you guys are, the fandom here is really, really, really badass. Like, good on you.
Well, what I'm noticing there is that Giz is really thirsty right now.
Well, that's the truth, too. I mean,
there's no numbers there. That's just the eye test. That's just the eye test. No numbers.
We can talk numbers on the whiskey consumption. We'll do the shots in just a moment. Yeah. You guys are amazing. We talked about not being able to rely. We've said this multiple times, fully on, the goal scoring of Kale, Mac, and Mikko.
Yep.
And you're getting depth. Kivy with 2 tonight. Awesome.
Yeah.
Malinsky picks up an assist. Yep. That defensive pairing has been fantastic. I'm very happy about that pairing. And then Colton. Colton looks great. Colton looked good tonight. Colton to me tonight, probably he almost had another one tonight.
Yep. Had good opportunities. They don't go in because guess what? They can't all go in.
Yeah.
But look, again, the Avs got a solid play out of one of their depth lines and had their top line by the end of the night do the things they needed to do. That's good enough to win when you get quality goaltending.
Yeah, and sometimes good enough is okay.
Yeah,
it
long
doesn't
season, buddy.
Yeah,
long season.
Yeah, you got 70 something games left, and couldn't do the math on that one. That was a little too hard.
Start getting to the double digits.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that, man. Where's Max when I need him?
but it's hard. Again, I'm not harping on old friend Grubauer, but again, that's another sub 900 performance by him, and. Joey the Core had a freaking outstanding game last game. I won 2-1 in OT. I was shocked that he's still doing the rotation system there. I believe that works with Allmark and Swayman the last few years, but you can't sell to me that Philip Grubauer is of that caliber. I know they're stuck with him in his contract and everything, but you keep giving performances below 900 with the Seattle Kraken. They don't have a MacKinnon, a Makar, or a Rantanen. You're not going to rack up some wins. So there's another example tonight.
Get to the super chats in a second. We'll do these shots. Give me a brief, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more tomorrow. But just give me your quick, while we got the gang in here tonight, give me your quick look ahead, to Utah.
Yeah, I think Utah's coming back down to reality. It was like craziness a little bit the first few games. It was exciting. It's a new market, and I know there's technicalities. It's a new franchise, even though we all know it's the Phoenix franchise. But obviously, the history books are starting over from last week. For whatever reason, but. Technicalities. You know what? I expect a good game. Do I think the Avalanche are a far superior team uh, than the Utah Hockey Club? Absolutely. Do I feel that the Avalanche are going to be ready to go play that game? Yes, because now they've won 3 in a row. They feel good about themselves. Now you got the opportunity to go and make it a perfect road trip that always sets the rest of the season up, where you feel good about yourself. You're coming home. You got a few opponents there that what is it, Ottawa, the first one that you should be ready. I don't like coming back. You guys know, I'll say it again. I'll save it for later. First game back after a lengthy road trip. This one is a race because you have 2 days, right? Friday and Saturday. So for me, there's no excuse Sunday to say that you're not ready. If there was a game Saturday, I would have told you it is a real factor. It won't be a factor. The Avs will be ready, but one game at a time. I do believe that they're going to show up, feel good about themselves in Utah for their first game there, with all those obstructed view seats and all that kind of stuff. But it's going to be exciting for them to see the new facility, and the facility that most of them have never been in. So it'll be exciting for them, and it sounds like it's a great atmosphere there. Everybody says it's been great. Should be a great hockey game.
Very simple for me. I don't care about Utah at all. If you want to learn more, we'll have Steve Peters, PD, on our pregame show on Thursday. As far as I'm concerned, it's the same answer as it was after the last game. Do the Avs have a 500 record? No. Go win. That's it.
I'd play for Rudo if he was my coach. I would. Let's hit the super chats. Take a shot and say goodnight. Oh my God! Do you want to take a shot before you do the super?
Maybe
chat?
we should. Maybe.
All right, yeah. Let's do the shots before the super chat. There's a lot of those. You guys are really good. Cheers, cheers.
Thank you, chat. Life is good
Thank you
when
guys.
the Avs
Thank
are
you
winning.
so much. Thank you so much.
All right, we got $10 from 10 Cool Facts.
If you get tired, let me know.
I got this. Cheers to the Dubs. Missed my 5-legger by 1 goal, but 3 in a row is a nice prize. So happy for Juice. The way he tracks the puck is noticeable improvement over Georgiev. He's using his size well.
Yep, I feel you on that parlay stuff.
Yep. You got to track the puck to make the saves.
Yeah.
$3 from Rugby. Go Finns, Annunen, and Kiviranta for the win. Yeah, Finnish Mafia. It was the Finnish Mafia. Mikko actually wasn't very good tonight, but that's okay. $5 from WB, who says 2 observations. Rance skating at the pond looking at clouds tonight, and Juice looks dialed in, as opposed to Georgiev, who is fighting every shot.
Yep.
Yeah, I will say, credit to the Avalanche defense. They did a very, very good job of cleaning up rebounds tonight defensively. Juice had some loose rebounds. Not that he was bad or anything, but the Avs did not give up much at all when it comes to those rebound opportunities for the most part. And then one more $5 from WB, who says, referring to watch-along thread, 2 underappreciated hockey movies. Hockeyland, Minnesota high school hockey. And Ukrainians in the NHL. Check
Never
them
seen
out.
that one.
Me either.
Before we say goodbye, fans, do yourself a favor. Go watch the Jacob Trouba hit on Justin Barron tonight.
Yep. I haven't seen it, so I won't speak on it.
Choo-choo train, hit, man, hard.
Clean?
Owies.
Dirty?
Clean? I think it's
Clean?
Not clean?
It's clean. It's not dirty.
Oh, yeah. I said clean.
Too many guys in this league. Too many guys in this league think they can skate around and go for a picnic and talk with their friend while they're carrying the pot. It doesn't exist, man. You got to expect to get hit. You got to be ready. Justin Barron wasn't ready on that play.
That's all I got.
Hang on.
He's looking deep
Yeah,
at
that's
this.
clean. For sure, that's clean. I saw it live, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I just watched it from 2 angles. Yeah. All right. Listen, you guys are amazing. Thanks for sticking with us tonight. Nice that it was a little bit early. Man, thank you so much for all the kind words and for everything. Please, please, please subscribe. Please. We're trying to get to 100,000. We'd love to do that quick. If you're not a diehard yet already, you really should be. It's super easy, and you just get such great coverage. I mean, I truly, honestly believe this is the best Avs coverage out there, without question. You're getting the most access. You're getting the most insight. You've got a former NHLer who is probably the smartest hockey mind that I have ever been around, giving you insight on a regular basis. So, yeah, I know you don't like your tires pumped, but I'll pump them all day long. So by all means, jump in. Rudo, AJ do an amazing job. Tiff's such a huge hockey fan too, and I moderately like the sport. So thank you so much. We'll see you. We got a pod tomorrow. We'll be coming at you at 1:45. We'll wrap this one up, talk about some other stuff, and get you all set and squared away for the final game of the road trip against Utah. Big thank you to all of our sponsors for looking out for us tonight. This one was presented by Bet365. We can't thank everybody enough for being a part of it, and for you all for staying up with us. For Tiff, for Big E, and for Rudo, any last thoughts there?
That shoulder catches a lot of head, man.
I knew he was going to say that. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. Maybe we'll even show you the hit. But go ahead and look it up yourself, and we'll discuss amongst ourselves tomorrow. Hey, do something out there to make somebody's life better, even if it's late tonight or tomorrow morning. This world needs more of that. Try to do something every day to be kind and to help, because you need it, and you never know what it's going to do to change your life. So try to find the positive. If you need help, ask for it, but do something really, really kind for a random stranger or somebody, and make sure you call your mom. We'll see you tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.